Both Sides of the Game podcast. We back. Myself, Anthony Morrow, the big homie, Harold Johnson, the legend. And we have a very special guest right now. A Charlotte legend AAU coach. But in between that, Charlotte Mecklenburg School System, Student Discipline Behavior Support, MTSS Behavior Specialist. In Charlotte Mecklenburg Schools, that's big. But one of the greatest AAU coaches to come out of here, coached pros, pro after pro after pro. We have the big homie, Kevin Ligon, Charlotte Aces. Yes. I never played for the Charlotte Aces, but I got a story about my great, you know what I'm going to tell you. But he was one of these guys that's not just an AAU coach. He also influences the culture with the students and the school system. Coach, I know you know Kev, and y'all very familiar with each other. And this is a special episode because not only is this house beautiful, I'm just glad to be able to interview in the space that we in with the media. So, Coach, you tell me your experience, Kevin Ligon.
Well, welcome everyone. You know, this is very special to me because when you're talking about grassroots, you know, basketball here in North Carolina, you can't get around not mentioning Kevin Ligon because he goes way back to when it wasn't even no grassroots. It wasn't a beginning, and he was part of it. Right. My experience with Kev, I used to hear about him a lot. You know, hear about him. You say, "Yo, man, this guy, he you know, he's got players, and he take them up to ABCD." Yeah. You know, I said, "Wait a minute, ABCD? That's Sonny Vaccaro." You know, like North Carolina guy going up that way. And finally, I seen him one day. I mean, he had on something that I ain't seen before. Adidas suit. It was like the velour joint. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
he's laughing over there. But I seen him popping in the gym. He's walking. You know, he's walking. Yeah. And I introduced myself to him. I was from 5 Star that I worked for Howie Garfinkel and Will Klein. May God rest in peace.
Facts.
And
Tom, too.
And from that relationship, from that introduction, we just stayed friends, and he sent players to camp, and he's a legend here. He definitely is a legend, man. And we're going to get into where he started and how he came about and put a program together that, you know, he beat some guys. We're going to get into that later. He beat some guys. He beat some guys, but here he is, y'all, Kevin Ligon.
Shout out to Coach Lig. Hey, Coach, first of all, introduce yourself before we get into the questions.
Well, you know, you guys have been remarkably too kind, but, you know, I'm just Lig.
It's warranted, man. Nah, go talk your junk, man. That's what we here for.
That's what everybody calls me.
Both Sides of the Game pod. Come on now.
That's what they call me. I'm just Coach Lig, you know, or Lig, whatever. You know, we grew up together. I might be Scoop.
Yeah,
you know, that's the neighborhood.
I know the homies don't know you, but
yeah, you know, so, you know, shout out to, you know, B Ford, you know, like I said, God made me, Beatty's Ford Road shaped me, you know. But, you know, if I'm a legend, I tell you one thing for sure, you know, I stood on the shoulders of some great folks, you know, like I was telling someone the other day, you know, I want to, you know, talk to my homie CJ, you know. Yeah. He kind of got me started. So I tell folks that, you know, if you're mad at me and I ruffle feathers, then y'all better holler at CJ. Right. You know, Coach know that of him and Kerry and Tony Huggins and all those guys, you know.
Shout out to Coach Hug. We got to get you on the show.
Just you know, cut my teeth that way. And, you know, I kind of just, you know, when he stopped coaching, you know, I said, well, you know what, I kind of want to do my own thing. You know, I started a summer league that, man, we had a lot of players. I mean, regardless whether they played with me or not, they played in that summer league over, you know, at West Charlotte Center. So, you know, then it just kind of turned into a circus after that, you know, AAU and, you know, just kind of getting into it. I kind of got addicted to the game, but, you know, I think the game pretty much saved me. So I appreciate it, love the game. I tell folks all the time, I'm not dating it, I'm married to it. So,
right.
You know, it's deep. I like that.
Because what's crazy is that, like, you know, you were one of the staple coaches of AAU. it was 3 teams when I was coming up: Charlotte Nets, Charlotte Royals, Charlotte Aces, and then it was like the Stars and all that. You know what I'm saying? So like, I just want to know, like, how was y'all process with finding kids? Y'all was on the west side, West Charlotte Center. What was the process with finding kids to play at that in that era, like at that time? Because you coached some the great side of Charlotte.
Well,
I wasn't one of them, but I was. But you coached some guys.
Well, we're gonna talk about that later.
We talk about later. We get to it. I ain't got to
We'll
go through it now.
talk
We
about that
good.
later. No. But really, like I said, the summer league really helped us out tremendously because we were at the center. We had kids coming from all over town.
Right.
It was very diverse, and especially during that period of time. If you wanted smoke, you had to come play in that summer league. And
Not to cut you up, but which summer league? The one over there, or like the Doug Kistler?
No, I had my own summer league.
Oh, you had the own joint. Okay.
Yeah, it was called. Started out, we were the Knights. Had to change the name because it was a baseball team.
Something happened.
Yeah, it was called Summer Nights,
Yeah,
and that was like kids needing insight, growing healthy through sports. And it was a program that we started at my job when I was working with juvenile probation.
Right.
So we said, I came up with this idea. We had to do a community service project. I said, why don't we do a summer league? And we let kids that that were on probation, that couldn't play in school, we let them play. But we also let good kids play because we figured, if you see how kids, that are acting that's not in trouble, you still get to play with them because if you couldn't play school ball, you didn't have those kids that showed you another way of living. So we did that for a number of years, and as I saw the kids, we just started having relationships. So we had everybody from Jason Parker, Ray Henderson, and those guys, Justin Gray, Loopy,
Loopy,
guys just playing in that summer league that was just cutting their teeth.
Checking y'all off, y'all coming on the show.
So we had a JV league which would play on Saturdays because the parents had to bring the younger kids, so we called it our JV. So that was like 6 through 8 because we didn't have middle school then. It was like junior high. So
9th grade. Yeah.
Right. So I'll be honest with you. Shout out to Jay Gray because he played all the way from the younger age group all the way up to varsity, every summer. So
Western Carolina.
Yeah, so
Jay
he's
Gray,
doing a good job up there. He knocked off some folks this year. I'm proud of him.
I talked to him.
All right.
I'm sending some kids his way, man.
Absolutely.
Jay, he coming on the show.
So that's how we were able to get kids from everywhere because everybody wanted to play.
Right.
And we would, eventually, Don Curitan, who was the center director, he was a great partner at getting us started. So shout out to Don because, we had the kids in the gym. We knew where they were. Right. So the varsity group, they would play, on Tuesdays and Thursday nights.
Right.
So we play all the way up to 9 o'clock in the summer. So kids would be playing so hard, they went straight home. So with no hanging out in the streets and stuff like that. So we were able to reach kids that way, and they could kind of catch the bus. Parents could bring them. They could get to the center or whatever. So after a few years, when Don left, we took our talents and our events down to Johnson C. Smith.
Right.
And we played down there. Coach Joyner, shout out to him.
JC? Shout out to Coach Joyner.
So we just did it pretty much, the way that we did it was interesting.
Yeah.
Like we would have like a weekly newsletter and we highlight like the previous week. We write up who were leading scorers, players of the week, teams of the week, whoever kept their bench clean. Right. We just gave kids positive affirmation and parents really loved it. So, when the first game of the week, when kids run in, they would go to the, concession stand. So they want to see the newsletter because they knew they were in it.
Yeah.
And we just felt like some of those kids may never be in the newspaper.
Right.
So we made our own newspaper.
Wow. That was dope. That's super cool.
So we had guys who couldn't play basketball with good students. They were our reporters. Yeah. So
I remember.
Yeah. So Buster played in it. Your dad was a coach. So
shout out to Robert Newman. Shout out to Buster. I love you, boy. That's my big brother. Still big brothering me to this day.
So I was coaching in the Pro-Am. When Bill Shelton did it, shout out to Bill Shelton.
Bill Shelton, for sure.
He brought some pros down and we saw Jordan and everybody come through there. X-Man,
West Mecklenburg High School back then.
Yeah, we would. Good gracious! Now you're gonna have to bring Bill on to tell the year because
I'm just, because I'm hearing him.
I don't want to show nobody their age.
Right. I'm just saying,
That shit was back then.
it was
They
a
just get
long
busy.
time ago.
It was busy.
But he had the pro-am for the adults, but he also had the pro-am for high school. So
that's when we came in,
right? Yeah, and that's when me, Newman, James Speller, Grant's uncle.
Uncle Ben.
Yeah, so
Uncle Ben. Shout out to Uncle Ben, man.
Yeah, Funkmaster Flex.
He helped run my AAU team.
So
nice.
we had him actually, coaching and whatnot, and this is a true story. I didn't win a single game in the regular season because I traded everybody I had for one player, and that was Anton Hubert.
Shout out to Ton.
Talk
to me.
Yeah. So I traded everybody. I did a 3-player trade, like in the NBA, right? So
y'all was making trades back then.
I
didn't even know this.
I gave up a 3-player. I said I wanted him because I coached him since he was little. I knew what he could do. Yeah. And then I had some guys that were playing with with the Royals, so they couldn't make it to the regular season game.
Yeah.
But when them dudes came back, right in time for the playoffs, we killed everybody. It's documented. So if anybody's questioning it, we can get Tony to tell you, we did our thing, and pretty much, I never lost a game in the pro-am in the high school because, I always had the trades. I always knew who I wanted, put teams together, and, that really kind of got me into really looking at how you pick a team. So that helped me with the travel team in the AAU. But, yeah, so getting players, I used the pro-am with those relationships, and I used my own summer league as well.
And that's great knowledge on that. And Coach does a lot. I mean, he's a basketball guru in New York. So I want to pivot to, how it compares to New York City basketball because you're all similar. I mean, I know y'all know each other. Mm-hmm. And I'm a youngin' in the training and the AAU thing, and I took a lot. I saw a lot of what y'all did, and I use it for what I'm doing in my programs, my training, my AAU team. So, Coach, I want to what's the similarities to New York basketball? What are the similarities to what Coach is talking about?
Well, I'll be honest, and I say this to guys all the time up in New York. I mean, when they be talking about North Carolina, I think how he used his program, how he had the guys, guys that did get notoriety, he had his own newspaper and stuff like that. I think that's some things that they did in New York. But to me, I'm gonna be honest, down here and there, the way they do things, I think it's the same. I'm just being upfront.
Right.
I think New York may have a little slight edge on the guards, right? But athletically, I think you got those guys by a long margin going ahead.
Right.
But I don't see too much where it's like New York has an edge and where you guys are. I see it as it's balanced out. But athletically, I just think there's more athletes down this way. That's just how I feel. Right. That explains it.
Yeah. The coach like Coach Lig, man, I'm gonna tell you, man. And I'm gonna tell a quick story.
Boy, here we go.
No, because it was all good. So shout out to I always shout out my head coach, my college coach. I mean high school coach, Jerry Fulton. Y'all both know him.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No question.
So and now this is my second dad, I call him. Down, in Hilton Head. I check on him all the time. We talk. So I remember I might have been a junior in high school. And I played for the Nets. I played for the Royals for a couple years, but I was a Nets guy. I'm a Charlotte Nets guy. So we're I'm heading the season. I'm ranked and all that now. Now it's up, best player in the city, all that. Coach Jerry Faulkner brings me in his office and he's like, do you know Coach Kevin Ligon is? I was like, I know him, but I don't know him like that. He with the guys from North Charlotte, some of the dudes from the West Side too, but it's the Aces, and I never played for them. He like, it's a box up here. So now I'm thinking like, okay, I know he sent me some of the fly shit I'm gonna see in my life. If he did. And we grown, we can say cuss words. So I look, and it's like 2 pairs of Tracy McGrady's, and it was legal. It wasn't nothing. It wasn't illegal or nothing. And 2 sweatsuits. And I was like, this is the year they took me out of AAU. I just worked out that whole summer. And I said, I reached back out. I said, yo, Coach, thank you, man. That's crazy. And Coach Falder would not let me wear it until he knew it was cleared by like the NCAA and all that. And I said, man, look, man. And now you see, that's what I want to ask you. Like, you were a pioneer for that. You know, because you did it the right way. You see what I'm saying? He didn't do it wrong. He did it the right way.
Definitely did.
And I couldn't wear that for like a year. So I was like, because they was worried. And I was like, when I did, I wore it every single day, both pairs. They wouldn't even let me wear the shoes in the game. So I want your take on like how the NCAA doesn't have as much power as that no more, based off when you was basically a pioneer for like, yo, these kids should be able to have more leverage, and you represented that. So what's your take now versus then?
Well, I totally believe that kids need to get paid because the schools and the institutions and everybody makes money except the players.
Right.
You know, again, my relationship with Adidas and Sonny, you know, we talked about it. We had real conversations.
Sonny Vaccaro.
Yes.
Shout out to Sonny Vaccaro.
One of my
Shout
true
out.
mentors as well. I mean,
Right.
Charlie Weber and
Charlie
Weber and Sonny, those guys showed me love, you know, because, you know, here in North Carolina, you know, I was kind of struggling. But we'll talk about that later. But
talk about it now. Okay,
Let's get it out. Let's get it out. Let's get it out.
You talk.
I'm going to answer your question and then we'll get into
gotcha.
that. So, you know, basically, you know, when you have kids that are working hard to play and represent your university,
Right.
I think that with the revenue that's made from TV, you know, with marketing, your uniforms and things like that, folks, you know, if they wanted, you know, Georgia Tech, Anthony Morrow jersey, they, you know, order it and somebody make it for them. You don't get a dime of it because you're a player.
I know, Coach. It was $75 at the bookstore. Get none of that shit. I'm listening.
So, I mean, I think that, you know, now that they have a lot of things that players can take advantage of, you know, maybe they still need to reel some stuff in because, you know, I think, you know, now you got so many transfers. I don't believe that you should be able to go to 6 schools, you know, because to me, well, it's people that's
you
guys know. There's some dudes that have 6 transfers now.
I 100% agree because the NIL situation is great, but it's kind of like the Wild Wild West. They're gonna have to like reel something in.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because I just saw somebody at Texas Tech or something like that, dude, like 27 years old. I'm like, what's going on?
Got that COVID year, but see, that should be coming to an end, you know. But yeah, you're right. Yeah,
like 26, 27. He look like a dad, like with 2-3 kids with a job, like
looking like the Geico caveman,
starting
right?
quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. But they got to reel it in a little bit. But I.
So, you know, I think that's fair, you know, but it does need to have some sort of legislation.
Right.
And I think that the schools, the presidents, and the NCAA, they need to, you know, come to some sort of agreement that it's, you know, not getting too crazy.
Right.
So I'm in favor of what they're doing now. Now, again, you know, back to the warm up. So, you know, we're nonprofit. You know, I had an account. I had an account at the credit union where I met your auntie.
Shout out Paula. I know you was good.
So
auntie.
basically, you know, she was saying, you know, my nephew plays ball. You come in here with this gear. You need to make sure he gets some gear. So I said, well, what school does he go to? And she was like, well, he goes to, you know, because I work at CMS. So I was like, you know, I can just, you know, go by there and drop it off. So I just sent it out there. And, you know, basically that's how you got it because, you know, like I told you, you know, I never asked you to play because Kerry, and let's talk about that though.
Yeah,
because
get into it. Get into
because
it.
we had gentlemen's agreements then. Like,
Yeah, I remember that.
me and Kerry, we had that relationship, and we still, we cool. We want to be competitors, but he'd be like, Leg, I got such and such in here. Tell me what's going on. I know he's one of your players. And I was like, Coach, I got some more players that came in. I don't have any room for him. Or, hey, he doesn't like the way that, I do things. So, wanted to leave. You good. Same thing with him. Like, kid coming to practice, warming up. And I'm like, yo, Vincent, who's that? Whoever. Because somebody, y'all want to play with your buddies. And then he was like, oh, that's such a. Like, don't he play with the Nets?
Right.
You like, yeah, but I said, nah. Then I'll call, Kerry, hey, what's going on? And Kerry be like, man, you better watch that one. Or, like, oh, man, hey, if you over there, shoot, fuck it. How Kerry is.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
And, he just kept it real. But now we don't have that.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't have our friends like, if I'm at a tournament, the Nets playing, all my kids going to stay, man, we're going to stay and watch Ant play. We're going to watch, we're going to watch Larry play. We're going to watch this guy play. Same thing. And now, folks can't stay and watch anybody play because they're scared you're going to say something because they know you've been tampering with, guys on your team.
Right.
And granted, we don't own anybody.
Yeah.
But, but it was just a matter of respect.
Yeah.
And, and just having some love for the game, because we've had wars, playing against each other. But, it's funny, as tight as we are and as competitive as we are, it was no like, man, I ain't speaking to you, or,
Right.
I'm like, we're in a parking lot now. You could go off in a game in high school, before AU, of course, where, it can go down. You remember a couple of years of John Wall, they had an incident,
Yeah.
They had something that happened down in Rock Hill with a program
there.
out of Atlanta.
I was there in Rock Hill.
Yeah.
And something happened in Atlanta too.
Yeah, so
wow, it's crazy.
So it's just a matter of the game has changed. I don't think that coaches have a relationship with players like we did.
Exactly.
Because we had genuine relationships.
Genuine.
And last year, we bumped into each other at the game, and Trues came up. He was like, low key, man, how come you never asked me? He said, I just been wanting to ask you. How come you didn't ask me to play?
That was my cousin, David Truesdale. That's my
Shout
blood
out.
cousin.
Yeah,
with the
shout
Charlotte
out.
Latin championships.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so
That's my little
dude
cousin.
was an athlete, freak athlete. Him and Vincent were good friends, and I just said, well, hey, you play with Kerry, that's my dude.
Yeah.
And it was just like that. And he understood, but he's like, man, y'all had all my boys over there.
And the thing is crazy is that, not to cut you off, you good?
Yeah, go ahead.
Y'all had the colors, that black and purple with the aces. I love y'all, but I hate it because all my homies played. I hated y'all, man. And every time I got to play against y'all, I had to play against the older group. So it's like Vince and Bootsy, Justin Edwards. Shout out to his son, is going crazy. He's going to be top 5 pick or something like that.
Absolutely.
I got to thank you, appreciate that. But like I always had to play up, so I always got my ass whooped when we played y'all, and I was younger. But it's funny that you say that because the premise of our podcast is both sides of the game, of course, but it's also giving the stories about the integrity of AAU basketball when we were growing up here in Charlotte, North Carolina. So that story, what you just said, is the fabric that started this. Charlotte Nets, it was the Sonics. Shout out to Sonics. Then the Nets when I played, the Aces, the Royals, the Stars, who my son plays for now. But what you're saying is really the fabric of the integrity of AAU basketball when we was growing up. So I want Coach, can you talk about that?
Wow.
When you was down here recruiting guys to go to 5-star camp.
I was sitting over here and just listening to you guys and listening to the richness of what Coach was just giving you, and you guys were going back and forth. And let me just say this, man. When I got down here, and I was like, like, this is crazy, because it's like the talent down here was unreal.
Yeah.
Now remember, I came after the Aces. I mean, I came after the Sonics, the Aces, and when I got down here, it was the Stars, the Royals, the Nets, and it was like a war. But the talent level here was like, it was unreal. It was really unreal. And I just when I started recruiting, shout out to Renault Dixon. He gave me an opportunity to work with the Stars with 11 and under.
RJ, shout out to RJ.
Yeah,
That's RJ's son.
And
That's my
Dominique.
brother.
Yeah, Dominique.
Yeah, shout out to
rest in peace, man. Trey Howard.
rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace. He was on that team. They went
Shout out to Art Renault.
Renault, man.
RJ
Thank
Dixon,
you. Thank you for giving me that opportunity.
Yeah.
But
United Faith.
But when I started recruiting down here, and it was just, I couldn't believe the talent level here. I couldn't believe it. It was just unreal. So I heard the stories of the Aces, and they were talking about Ligons and this, and so I'm like, yo, this is it can't be. It can't be. But let me just say this.
It can.
Let me just say this. And again, Ligon, you can jump in any time, man. I was patiently on the bench waiting for Morrow to sub me in. Right, thank you for subbing me in. No, but what I'm saying is this. Jeffrey Worley, Casey Rivers, Eric Mena, you, of course, Demir Pitts, Omar Carter, shout out to him, the Curry brothers, like the 5-star guys that I recruited. And I was like, when the players came to 5-star, and Goff was like, Harold, these guys down in Carolina, they gaining ground. They coming out of nowhere with these guys. The John Walls, or the Chris Paul. I was at camp with him. Shout out to him. I mean, like, I tell you, man, it was just, it's a word I'm looking for of comparing with the AAU in New York. But at one time, Charlotte, the state of North Carolina, was just pushing our players.
Ian Miller.
Oh, come on.
Hey.
I apologize for forgetting you.
No disrespect to no other state in America. North Carolina is hoop state.
Say it again.
North Carolina is hoop state.
We got to put the mic up there.
And I stand on that. I don't care who hit me up when they see this.
Yeah.
You know what time it is. We ain't going back far. Go ahead, Coach.
No. Hey, listen. No, we good. No, we ain't tapping in. Listen, we talking that junk, man.
I'm gonna take it a step further.
Whoa.
I'm gonna take it a step further.
I want to hear. I can't wait to hear this.
Because
Coach about to get. Now he about to get. Look, he at the crib. We in the man cave right now.
I'm at home right now.
It's a home game, right? What we doing?
It's a home game, right?
We want to hear this.
So
I want to hear.
This is something I've been, I haven't had a platform to really say this, and my boys, my friends and whatnot, who I keep it real with. I'm gonna keep it real with everybody who's looking. Not only is North Carolina the hoop state, Charlotte is the capital.
Whoa.
Oh my God.
Whoa. You see what I'm wearing?
So now,
City.
see now.
You see what I'm wearing?
If anybody thinks otherwise, let the Charlotte kids stay here and play.
Let me kick back, man.
Don't come down here recruiting and see what happens.
You're not lying.
Wow. Hold on.
We got some young. Hey, Coach, listen.
Wait a minute now.
Both
Y'all agree? I'm putting y'all on spot.
I'm never going to not agree with that. We from Charlotte. I'm never not.
Mike's up. Mike's up.
I totally agree.
Should have brought you some wine or something, man.
Yeah, we she got something downstairs.
Oh, no.
I got a question. I got a question for you, Coach.
I like that.
Man, listen. And I've been holding it. I said, I got to ask him.
Go ahead.
Stackhouse, you coached him, correct?
He actually played when I was coaching with the Sonics.
Wow.
Man, that's a funny story.
I ain't know Stack played for this.
Stack.
You
see what I'm saying? You see?
Matter of fact, that picture that you saw
right there.
Yeah, that was the year after we lost in the championship game. I told CJ, I said, look, man, I can. It's, sometimes you can't get over something because it's just amazing that we lost Jeff Capel. He got hurt. And
he played for the Sonics. Jeff Cable?
Yo, see, we
See,
going
wait a minute. I don't want to disrespect CJ. I'm gonna let him tell you about that team. But I tell you this.
Yeah.
All right,
CJ's
I'm
next.
quiet. I just want to hear what's going on. I ain't even know nothing.
We
richness,
had
man, richness.
So we had Jeff McGinnis, Jeff Capel,
Touche.
Shay coming on the show.
Jerry Stackhouse, Tavares Johnson, Thad Bonaparte, Damon Forney,
Can
Latrill
I ask you a
Blanton,
question?
Jermaine
Let
Coleman.
me ask you
Let him
something.
finish. Keep going.
All of them was on one team?
On one team.
With the Charlotte Sonics.
They called us the Junior Dream Team.
I didn't know all them played together at that. I knew all them played because I came to the Nets younger, but I didn't know all of them played at the same time.
This is
Man.
crazy. Right?
Y'all was cheating.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Man, let me tell you. So,
Ooh, Lord.
funny story. So, the night we went all of us went up to the game in the championship to see Stackhouse and West Charlotte played, Kinston. Stackhouse and Thad going at each other. They had Chuck Cornegie, they had a nice little team, and we was going to try to talk to Stack and talk to his parents to get him to come play down here.
Right.
So they lost. We waiting outside, waiting in the gym for him to come out.
Yeah.
So me, CJ, Early. I don't know if T-Hug was there or not. He might have been. I can't remember. But we was waiting. So, they was sweeping. The janitor was sweeping and said, well, we guess he gone. So I was leaving out. He was like, well, we'll catch up tomorrow, fellas. It was Saturday night because, you do championship in Tampa on Saturday night. So I'm walking to my car. Everybody gone. At the Dean Dome. Everybody gone because we just waiting because that's how bad we want to stack and play with us.
Dean Dome.
Because we knew we could get to the national championship if we got them. Car parked way out. And I saw another car beside mine and three people, three figures. Mm-hmm. As I get closer, it's Jerry and his parents.
Wow.
Right beside my car.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So I said, hey, I know you had a tough game. I said, Jerry, enjoy watching you. My name's Kevin Ligon. I'm one of the assistant coaches with the Sonics. And, we
So they
waiting.
lost to Touche.
Yeah. So,
okay, all right.
So the mom and dad sitting there saying, he just upset. So we didn't want to get on the road with him upset because,
air out.
It was just like, and I'm thinking like the game been over 30 minutes. So
Stack
maybe
and
he's
Stack kind
a
of throw it
competitor.
off. I love you, Stack.
Yeah, he don't.
Great dude.
Got
I
that
love him.
Indian in him, so he a warrior.
Yeah.
So I said, we got Touche, we got Thad, we got TJ, we got
Bonaparte was cold.
got Rod, Rod Cunningham. We just was loaded. And he said, yeah, I know them. He said, yeah. I said, would you be interested in playing? And I said, no this. I said, I'm glad I got you guys here because I don't want to talk to him without you guys. But it's an opportunity.
That's
Charlotte
respect.
got a media market.
Right.
Langston Wirtz, he's a young reporter, but he keeps all these high school guys. Shout out to Langston. I'm like, you come here, you're gonna have a market. It's gonna help you. And he said, I want to play. Now listen, listen. He just lost. This is a real G right here. He just lost. I just beat you. And then the coach say, you want to come play with me?
Are you
In
listening?
the Dean Dome.
In the Dean Dome.
At the Dean
And
Dome,
he
Chapel
said,
Hill.
yeah, now that's ironic
And
too.
he
He ended up going to Carolina, right? I knew you could see
This
with
is
Coach
unreal
Kevin.
right
So
here.
this is a true story
Both
now.
sides of the game, you're hearing it.
This
Yes,
is a
sir.
true story. So his parents were like, well, look, Coach, we ain't going to be driving back and forth to Kinston. And I said, well, she said, well, we got family there. I said, well, he can stay with the family. Like, no, I don't want to stay with family. I want to stay with you. I said, okay, we can do that. It's not a problem. And and his mom said,
I didn't know. I'm listening.
Yeah.
so listen. So that whole summer, when you talk to Two, when he get on here, him and Stack, they were at my house, eating me out of house and home, staying in my apartment, chilling in the jacuzzi out, and and he stayed with me the whole time. So
I never knew
So
that.
this is their junior year. So Touche being recruited by everybody, Stack being recruited by everything. I had to take the phone off the hook just to get sleep. coaches were calling because it was
I
no
believe it.
regulation.
Yeah.
So we sitting there playing PlayStation. Like got the same setup.
Right.
But we talking about grown stuff. We talking about future stuff, and basically, it was a process that really helped me because I saw recruiting raw and uncut in real time.
And you was right there.
I was right in the middle of it.
Man, that's
Yeah.
real.
And that generation, that was big.
Right.
And a lot of people, and I'll just say this real quick before Coach.
Oh, go ahead, man.
I'll tell you.
We rocking and rolling right now.
A lot of people was jealous of you for that. Because you was in the middle of the shit, like in a good way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know you had Stack and Shay.
At the same
And we
time.
talking about Jerry Stackhouse and Jeff McGinnis. Jeff McGinnis is from here. His nickname's Touche to us. He's a
Big
big
ups to
homie.
my little homie.
Yeah, he coming on the show
Yeah.
too. But like having that kind of access to the kids, people didn't like that. You see what I'm saying? I don't think people like that you had that type, in a good way, not a bad way, that you was relatable with us. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
So you being right there, they like, man, why you know what I mean? It's almost like Jim Harbaugh at Michigan.
Right.
Deion Sanders at Colorado. They don't like that relation because it's like you're breaking the rules. No, you're not breaking the rules. They just relate to this person better. Right. You was that to us back then.
Right.
I'm 12, 13 years old.
Right.
I didn't even know what you looked like. I just heard your name all the time.
Yeah, me too.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know. So
Legacy.
it's important because
And
you
it's
was
still that way.
Oh, no, it is.
I move in
Yeah, I mean,
silence.
but you
I got a
legend.
funny story to tell y'all about.
Okay, but you a legend because you were before your time. You know what I'm saying? And you still doing what you doing. It's dope, man. Love
Definitely
it. We
doing
love
it. And like, wow, that story just gave me a light headache. Let me just.
Lightheaded.
I didn't
my
know.
neck a
Yeah,
little bit.
Shay, man. We gotta get Stackhouse and Shay, y'all on the list to come on the show.
Okay, and this, here's the end of the game, so to speak. This is we're going to run the clock out here. We up 40. We don't want to embarrass the guys. Okay,
We already.
how did you? Well, take us down memory lane with Sonny Vaccaro. How did that happen?
Dope.
Wow. So
Who did you beat to meet him?
okay, so this is a funny story. So I got to set the stage up.
Do that. Take your time.
So, in Bob Givens used to have like this little fall tournament. And basically with the fall tournament, he would have like, Oak Hill. He'd have like the top AAU teams that made it to the, semifinals. So this year he had Anthony Richardson with the Florida State. He had his team. That was Rat Reed and those guys, the Disciples. They were real good. Shout out to Rat. That's my homie. We still talk. That's my man. He like me. We same age group. I'm knocking on 60. I ain't gonna tell how old he is, but we the same. We rolling. We rolling. So
Anthony Richardson.
so Anthony was cold blooded. Like
sir.
6'7", could handle the ball. So Friday night we played them. We beat them pretty good, and we advanced to the second round, the semifinals, and we had to play Mount Zion.
Whoa.
Now, Mount Zion had Jared Jack.
Shout out to Jack, big bro, Georgia
No
Tech
question.
in the building.
Yeah,
Early,
yeah.
not late.
5-star camp as well.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Amari Stoudemire,
Oh,
God,
Terry Licorice,
I remember him.
and some other guys that, ended up playing big-time college basketball.
is
So-
he saying he played these guys? You
So
played
wait a minute.
those guys?
Yeah. Oh, no.
listen.
Hey, I got receipts, as John Morant would say. I got receipts.
real?
Yeah, I got
Hey,
receipts.
we might have to put him in the. Hey, send us the group. Hey, we sending the DAD. You got to put that up.
Shout out to D on the camera.
shout out to Derek.
Yeah, Derek is
Man, he
doing
done
the job.
turned my man
Yo,
cave
fellow,
into
my
a nice
guy,
little
my
studio. I'm
geyser.
telling you. Good job,
So
man. I
we in the
appreciate
man
it.
cave, by the way. Man, let's get to that game.
So, we set to play at 10 a.m. in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
But Mount Zion didn't show up. And they called Bob Givens and said, we have to go to church. So they're going to have to wait. Now, we supposed to play at 10. We didn't play. We supposed to play at 1. They didn't get there till 2. So they came in for church, had their little burgundy,
It's a church school, though.
It's a church school.
Mount Zion is a church.
But wait a minute.
Yeah,
but you're in a tournament.
No,
now.
I feel you. Yeah, you're
So
yeah.
we wait. So we watched the game. I think Anthony Richardson them playing, or I can't remember who was playing, but Oak Hill, Steve Smith was coaching. Shout out Steve Smith.
Shout out Steve, legend.
Yeah, legend in the game, man. You know, he's doing well in retirement. I see him on TV,
He
so
did a
I know
great
he's
job.
still hitting that golf ball.
Yeah, right.
But, so they got to play. So that means we're gonna play at 2:00 now,
Right.
because they're late, and then after that we got to turn around and play again
after,
because Oak Hill got to get back up that mountain before it get dark.
Right.
So they come in, they taking their time, warming up. Now you can get the receipts. I'm gonna show you what the receipts say. You call Vincent Greer, you call Curtis Withers.
VG shout Vincent Greer, my big brother.
You know, we loaded a little bit. We got VG, we got Vincent Greer, we got my man Terrence over there in Independence.
Yeah, Boosie over there, Justin.
Yeah. Well, Justin played with Oak Hill.
He did.
He was on Oak Hill's team. Yeah, he was on Oak Hill's this fall.
I thought he was with.
It was
oh,
fall.
it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
All right,
it was in the fall time.
Damn, I ain't know.
So the game tips. You know, they come in because they got all these big names. They taking their time, stretching, and making everybody wait. Wow. So
little did they know,
the ball tips.
And
First play of the game. Cock it back.
V-Jezzle.
Crossed over Jack and caught Terry Lickers with the nastiest dunk. He couldn't have took a shit in the toilet and have been more.
VG, we show you. Hey, I love you, boy. Hey, that's crazy.
Hey, and it was off the Cedar Whistle. We had Tony Conley.
Shout out West Mac.
Now, we call him more bounce than ounce. True story.
He was like Steve Francis back when I was growing up.
I cannot find the video, but we were playing in the AAU semifinals, and he jumped over a Sturdivant kid. I don't know which Sturdivant it was. He jumped over him like Vince Carter and dunked it on him.
And Tony was only like 5'11", 6 foot.
T-Con.
He had crazy bounce.
He played with my cousin, Head Donovan.
Yeah.
Our little cousin Jalen Curtis.
Yeah. But unbelievable bounce.
Amy James Rec Center.
So we had him. We had a kid, Brian Burgess from Fort Mill.
Yep.
White kid could light it up.
Yeah. I remember his name.
So we had him. At halftime, we're up 22. College coach sit right beside me. He says, I remember where Murph can co-sign on this too. Mm-hmm. He said, I am sitting here watching the Aces beat the holy shit out of Mount Zion. And they got 3 pros.
Right.
So I say, okay, cool. I said, now, they made us wait. This is the prep talk. They made us wait. They disrespect y'all.
Right.
They came in taking their time. And y'all been waiting since 10 to play these dudes at 2?
You told your squad that.
Do I need to say anything else? Wow. And I sat down, and that was it. I didn't really have to coach. It was over with. We picked up full. We was guarding. So Jared Jackson's steal.
Yeah.
Vincent lets him get in front. Do you know he's known for this move? He let him get in front of him. He didn't steal it. He went and caught that thing against the glass so hard.
Yeah.
Come behind his back, that little fake that he did. Like
he used to do, I know.
Dude look this way, he was laying it up that way.
I mean, you're hearing it here. It's no
so
way.
we ended up beating them. I don't know. It was 20-something. We never gave up. Because Kurt was playing point forward.
Because Jared's going, Kurt Withers?
Point forward.
Where y'all at? Because they get older than me, like a couple years or something.
EJ Drayton.
Shout out to EJ. That's business. But what's crazy is that all of them on that team, and then
Terrence
I don't know.
Hunter.
Look, man, we're gonna have everybody that he mentioned on the show.
Yeah, we got to.
Terrence Hunter, shout out to him.
Terrence Hunter, shout out to T. Hunter, Independence High School. Listen. It was some dudes. These were killers growing up. When I came up under these guys. Paul's like, it's different. You know what I'm saying? I can see why y'all beat Oak Hill. I gotta call Jared. I didn't know that. Come on. I love you, Jack. We're gonna get some more information.
This is real, man.
So your homework. Call Vince and ask him about that game.
I'm calling Vince.
Call Kurt. Ask him about
There's a lot
that game.
going on.
I'm gonna call Kurt and Vince. I talk
This
to
is
these
real.
guys frequently.
I know you do.
You know them my big homies, man.
But I just want for the people.
I
want
got
you
you.
to get the seats.
Jared Jack, Kurt Withers, Terrence, like these some people. Tony Connolly,
Yeah.
Justin Edwards. Shout out to his son, like I said earlier, that's going to be in the NBA next year probably. There's some guys, man, and they all compete. Let me ask you something, Cole.
Now we don't forget we gotta get to Sonny.
Oh, not go to get something. My bad.
So
that's what I'm waiting for.
So we
cool.
we lose to Oak Hill,
Right.
Because number one, we done played back-to-back games,
Right.
And they talented. So they had Sagana Jacques.
Remember him?
So
Played for the Bobcats.
right. So they beat us, right?
Right.
So the next week, we had Charlie Weber.
Another top of
University
the
of
line.
Maryland.
Another top of the line tournament.
My man, I'm telling you, he gave me love what nobody in North Carolina did.
Shout out to
Gave
him.
me love, put me
Shout.
on. So we gonna get to your question. I'm answering. So we playing. So we going through the tournament. We beating a little bit of everybody. So in the semifinals, we got Carmelo Anthony's
Problem.
Oak Hill.
No. He was playing with team out of Maryland, out of DC.
Whoa.
So
Assault, not assault.
now wasn't assault. If you say the name, I'll remember. So
AU.
yeah,
No, yeah.
it was an AU. So he was playing with them. So Dave Teller, shout out to Dave.
Yeah,
That's San
Dave,
Antonio
shout out
now.
Dave
Yeah,
Teller.
he did a lot for grassroots there.
Yes,
I
he
gotta
did.
give
Yes,
him
he
some
did.
love.
No question.
Right.
So
Shout out to
Teller, my dude. So
See you at the combine.
he said, "Man, y'all got a tough one." I say, "Yeah, we got a tough one," but I said, we battle tested. So, basically, we playing Carmelo now. Halftime, we winning. Then I hear something on the other court. Boom, 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 boom. Murphy looking. I'm like, what was that? Boom! Just it just sounded like
Power
gunfire.
dunk. Yeah.
Jonathan Hargett, Atlanta Celtics, playing.
Wow.
We playing for the right. If we beat Carmelo, then we get to play now. So I tell Dave, tell him this is a true story. Get the receipts.
I got
I
you.
say, he say, I would love to play now. He say, be careful what you ask for.
You talk about against Melo and them or Jonathan Hargett?
Jonathan Hargett.
Jonathan
Yeah,
Hargett
the
was
Celtic.
a murder.
He was a problem.
He's an animal.
He had Sagana Jacques, that Israel kid. Didn't he play at Georgia Tech? He from Atlanta. He has,
Oh, he's talking about Ishmael Muhammad.
yes, Muhammad.
Yeah, the hot. Yeah,
Yeah.
shout out to Dub.
Yeah,
we call him Dub.
yeah. So he had him.
Yeah. Jump out the gym.
Sagana
Dub.
Jacques, Hargett. They undefeated.
Right.
They hadn't lost a game. They went to big shots. They hadn't lost a game all year. Get Murphy on here now. I would have told my coaches to come too, because shout out to I got
Part
some
two to
dudes.
this. Definitely a part
I'm
two.
going to have to have
No, we got everything. We got
yeah.
So,
we got nothing but
so
time.
me and
Working.
Murph up there, we done drove a little, we done rented a little truck, a little step van. So we rode up there together, took the boys up there. Now, we end up beating Carmelo and them.
Damn.
So
Yo.
so then they tell him, come look at the score thing. He say, oh, well, you got what you wanted.
You had to go
was
see
like-
Jonathan.
What does that mean? So, again, we come up there. Tony Conley hurt. He gets hurt in a Carmelo game.
Right.
Vincent Greer didn't come because after we beat Mount Zion,
He went to Mount Zion.
he went to
with
Mount
Jack.
Zion.
That's why him and Jack,
Wow.
him and Jared Jack, they always tell me, both of them,
So,
they are like this.
yeah. So
Yep.
I say,
Damn, I know that's how he went
so
there.
yeah. So
So
after
you
we-
down two guys.
So I'm down two guys.
Wow.
So we got 6 dudes. We got Brian Burgess, Terrence Hunter, Curtis Withers.
Curtis Withers.
I want to say EJ, and I'm trying to figure out who was my
Justin?
other guy. No, Justin didn't go because this
Oh,
is
okay.
this
Yeah,
is the
that's
fall.
what it is, yeah.
So I can't remember who the other guy is. Kurt probably can tell you. So
He had a little dark Samar that went to Independence, the real dark skinned fast point guard. That
yeah,
Samar Pearson. I think his last name Pearson. I know his first name Samar.
yeah, but
He
he
was
wasn't
younger, though. I
Yeah,
think he was
He was
younger.
younger, so he
Okay.
didn't play on that team. But it'll come to me soon. Because I'm old now. Y'all got to give me a break. Like I said, I'm knocking on 60.
Yeah. You're
It's
all cylinders trying to
great.
figure it
It's
out.
all good.
But
I
you right
promise.
there. You right
So-
there. Let's get to this
so
game.
we-
Let's
we-
get to it.
So Murph putting in the roster into the scorebook. So you know how Murph talk. Hey, leg.
Yeah.
I'm sitting over there, and the referee, man, he comes over here. He sits his girlfriend down. I says, what do you mean? Now, they don't walk. The Celtics don't walk through our little layup line, so we ain't got but 6 dudes.
Right.
Whoa.
They don't walk through my layup line disrespectful, so you know I'm big on the respect. So the referee is talking to the girlfriend. Hey, I want you to sit front row. This dude, they got so many pros. I mean, they ain't lost. They going to beat this little team by 70, 80 points.
Let me ask you a question before you finish. Was this like Josh Smith and them, the white?
No, we played them. D-Mac, Donnell Mack played them. We played them in
Vegas, I think.
Vegas.
Right?
Later. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And Donnell played with you as
Matter of
well? Wow.
Mac, but yeah, man. Shout out to Mac. Thank you. We love you.
Yeah.
Shout out to the
MLK
Celtics
special.
too.
It was
Wallace
crazy.
Prather, my former agent, my big homie.
Yeah. So that's who we playing. Prather was coaching this team.
Prather, rest in peace to OG.
Now I'm gonna finish the story.
Yeah,
Now you gonna
sure.
just gonna bring it
God.
home. I'm like they say it's gonna bring it home. So we sitting there and we warming up, and he done told his girlfriend, "Oh yeah, you know, just watch this. You got front row seat. You gonna see these dudes on TV, and they gonna beat them by 70." So we get over there. I say, guys, I don't know what it is about us, but folks just so damn disrespectful.
Yeah.
But we just gonna show them what we do in Charlotte.
Wow.
City.
I said,
Commanding
we
chief.
don't fear nobody. We respect everybody, but we don't fear nobody
Nothing.
because we know what we do in the Queen City, and we gonna let them know what we do in the Queen City. Now, mind you, we down.
Yeah.
We down.
6 players.
Damn, 2 special people.
Yeah, special people. You know, you got points and rebounds.
Defense.
So
Yeah.
we start the game. We up 14 at halftime. So we end up mopping the floor. So let me tell you what I did.
He said, mopping the floor.
I put Kurt at point, bring Muhammad out. Terrence comes out. We doing a 5 out, nobody in. So Terrence can shoot the ball. He athletic. So you got Jacques trying to check Kurt. He killing him. They switched and get Muhammad. He can't check him because he not big enough. So Kurt running point. Brian Burgess had the game of his life. He could shoot lights out. He knocked down so many threes that it was silly. So we ended up beating him. So at the end of the game, I go stand up on the scorer's table. And I see my boy Darren Tillis, who's coaching the Clemson. Shout out to Big DT.
Yeah.
I say, DT,
Whoa.
we can't get a fucking deal.
Take it easy.
We can't get a deal.
Hell no, he ain't. No. Don't
We
take
can't
it
get a
easy.
deal.
Let it go.
Talk that shit, coach.
And I said,
What's happening?
is this all you
Yeah,
guys
man.
got? Bring me more. Bring me more.
Commanding chief. You heard it.
Wallace Prather daps me up. Now, here goes the funny thing. He used to work at Park and Rec in Atlanta with my mama. I didn't know that. So he said at the end of the game, he said, you Ligon, huh? I said, yeah. He said, I know your mama, Betty. I said, really? He said, we work together. I said, he said, what's your number? I said, I gave him a number. I said, man, I was out of character. I said, but man, this is for 2 weeks in a row. But you got to think what weeks we had.
No,
we
so-
beat Anthony Richardson. We beat Mount Zion. We beat Carmelo. And we beat Jonathan Hargan them. They hadn't lost no games all summer. They were 70-something and 0.
That's why y'all was legends. Now, let me ask you. You tell you Wallace Prather. My agent, Wallace Prather, his pops was Chief.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, you
His
talking about
pops.
Chief?
I'm
Yeah.
talking about the
Hey,
dad.
rest in
I'm talking about
peace.
the dad.
Man, we getting beat.
I swear, hey, rest in peace to Chief. That's my agent's father and my big homie. And he signed off and approved of me as a player when I was at Georgia Tech.
Absolutely.
For my agent to rock with me.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Chief was a legend. He started the Celtics and all my guys.
Deion
So, yeah,
Glover,
rest in
he had
peace.
some dudes, and he had
Glove.
some dudes.
You know what time it is? I'm going to see you soon. That's my brother.
Yeah, I mean, he
I
had
just
some
talked to
dudes.
Glove yesterday.
Yeah, he had some
Georgia
dudes.
Tech.
So basically, he gets my number.
This gonna
And
go
me and
crazy.
Murph, we riding back down to Charlotte. We on a high, you know.
Right.
Now we lost the next game because we was emotionally drained,
Right.
And we
Yeah.
lost. It was a tough game. We down Tony, because we had to play 6 dudes, 7 dudes. That might have been all we had. Murph can tell you the more details because you're a little younger than me.
Yeah.
But we getting down the road, so cell phone ring. I said, "Hello, Kevin Ligon." I said, Yes. Sonny Vaccaro.
Whoa.
I just got off the phone with Wallace Prather. And I know you guys.
Chief.
I know you guys are traveling.
God dang.
He said, I know you're traveling. He said, but I'm gonna give you a call. You know, me and Pam are gonna give you a call on, you know, is Monday good? I said, yes. He says, yeah, we want to talk to you about, you know, coming a part of the Adidas family.
Whoa. That's real right there. You heard it.
I never knew none of that. This is why we doing this with y'all, man.
Yeah.
Damn.
And Sonny showed love.
Wow.
He showed love. Charlie Weber co-signed on it. Charlie Weber, legend. You know, his tournaments were like unbelievable. We played in more tournaments in King of Prussia and all the we went up north and then played any and everybody.
So not to cut you off, let's be clear here. So you were the first Adidas team in North Carolina. You sponsored by Sonny.
to be.
I had to be. I don't.
Yeah,
I
you was
listen,
the only one.
Listen, I got it. No, we got to go Mike's up with that.
Oh, Mike's up.
I didn't know that. That's historical information, and it's also powerful. And listen, you're hearing it live right here. You know, you're really hearing it. The call came.
And for those out who don't know who Sonny Vaccaro is, check out Air on Prime.
Whoa.
And it talks about how he created Brand Jordan. Shout out to the GOAT.
That's
for making a decision. I mean, think about that.
It's a great.
Folks line up at 6 a.m. for that shoe.
Yeah.
Sonny Vaccaro.
Sonny Vaccaro. And I met him before, like, I don't know if it was 5-star. I met him somewhere. I was a Nike dude.
Yeah.
Except for when you sent me all that Adidas stuff. Appreciate you. All that the T-Max. You feel me?
Yo, look, listen, this podcast, and
nah, it's good, man.
But here's the ironic thing. You know, we're going to talk about irony. That's going to be the word of the night. Because, like, you know, Stack going to Carolina. The ironic thing is my man, Joel Hopkins, was at Mount Zion before we played Mount Zion. So that was my dude.
Okay.
So me and Joel, we was tight as 10 toes in the sock. You know, a lot of folks, you know, again, they hated on Joel, but, you know, I know how that feels. So, you know, I was like, shit, Joel's all right with me. Mad respect for him, you know.
Right.
He always looked out for the cookout. So he calls me one night. He in town for Charlotte. I mean, you know, I was like, okay. He said, man, Lig, what you doing? I said, man, I'm just chilling. He said, man, come on over to the hotel. Bring your ass on over here. That's how you know how Joe talk. So we up there, Joe getting, you know, he getting dressed. I said, man, what's going on, man? I said, where you gonna go? He said, man, you going with me? I'm like, going with you where? I ain't got no suit. He said, man, you good? You got on some jeans and, you know, a collared shirt. You know, you straight.
Right.
I said, where are we going? He said, don't worry about that, man. Come on, we late. So I hear him talking to somebody. He said, man, we in the car now. We on our way. I said, where we going? We pull up the Coliseum.
Right.
It's the draft.
This is the Tavola at the
Tavola.
Yeah, this the
Hive. So we in a limo. So I'm already like, man, where the hell are we going? Mm-hmm. You know, you get scared, like, man, you know, like
you don't know
where I'm going. So we pull up. He say, man, just come with me. He gave me a pass. NBA draft, green room.
What year was this?
T-Mac. I'm sitting at the table with T-Mac, his family, Joel Hopkins, and Sonny Vaccaro. So I had met Sonny that time, and he, you know, Joel said, "This is my guy, Kevin Ligon, good dude. You know, he coached AAU. He my man." Right. I mean, you know, Sonny was like, "Yeah, nice to meet you." You know, Sonny just always he everywhere. He got energy. Yeah, you know, he got energy. Yeah. So we chilling. I got a little, Toronto Raptors hat because he got drafted like, real quick. So I got the hat. You know how you wear the hat, clap him up. And I'm sitting there, my mouth still open. Little dude from Batesville Road sitting here on national TV in the green room.
Legendary.
On a humbug.
Legendary, though.
So,
that's
like
crazy.
I say, hey, big ups to Joe. Like I said, that's genuine. So the game of basketball has introduced me to genuine people. I want to say like Jerry Faulkner, Sonny Vaccaro, Charlie Weber. I got another Sonny story for you too, but I'm gonna let y'all ask some questions because I've been manipulating.
I'm gonna take this time out to give a
what you got, Coach?
And this is I have the scorebook
That's the OG.
Yeah, this is the score.
That's a
Can,
relic.
can you show them this?
Yeah,
This
from
is I haven't seen
1968.
this.
That thing
Can I
fell
hold
apart.
it?
The
Yeah,
paper
okay.
is yellow.
Look at this right here.
It's
Is vintage scorebooks back in the day in high school.
And I'm taking this time out. May he rest in peace, Howie Garfinkel. He gave me this.
Rest in peace, golf.
This is
Rest in
the
peace,
scorebook.
Tom.
He said, Harold, I think you're going to want to hold on to this because it's something really special about your brother. 1968, April 8th,
wow.
North Carolina All-Stars win Cage tournament title, beating Pennsylvania. Johnson named most valuable player. My brother had 32 points. It's Allentown. Sonny Vaccaro was the coach. My brother played on the New York team, beat him.
We're gonna put it up.
Yeah.
Pause. We're gonna put all the pictures,
So
everything.
here's a short
Gotcha.
story. I showed this to Sonny on an interview, and I'll show it to you later. And he said, Harold, we laid it out on the table. You see this is falling apart. But this, when I showed
You
it to
gotta
Sonny,
keep that anyway, because they ain't making no more of them. That's OG.
That's right. You need
all this-
to get
all
that
this-
laminated, right?
You might
Because-
need to get it laminated or something.
Me
Coach,
and D
for
was
real.
telling him when he broke it out earlier,
I
but
ain't
that
seen
thing
no
looked like
scoop.
Indiana Jones, man. Like it might turn to dust.
the joint. And golf gave
That's
me that.
OG
He said, my
stuff,
relic.
brother-
It's
my brother
OG
had
shit.
32, and in the championship game,
He was hooping.
yeah, he beat Sonny, and Sonny made it. Sonny said it. He said, you know, your brother didn't make it to the diaper dandy, right? And another guy made it before him. I forgot the guy's name, but he said, really, Ron Johnson should have been in the diaper dandy tournament. He was
So it was politics back then too.
politics back then, like you wouldn't believe.
Ain't nothing
Same
changed.
shit.
And when
Same
Golf gave
thing.
me this, he gave it to me just like this. He said, "This is something I'm gonna want to have." I said, "He said he beat Sonny in a game." I said, "What?" I'm not gonna get teary up now because Golf when he left,
Get
he told me-
emotional, coach. Come on.
Man,
Man.
hey,
Rest
you
in-
know,
hey,
that's
get
what
up,
real
rest in
men.
peace,
Real
Tom.
men get emotional. That means you got feelings, dog.
Shout out to Uncle Ron, man.
That's
Ron
right,
Johnson,
shout out.
Uncle
Johnson,
Ron.
first MOP
Uncle
at
Ron.
5-star, 1966. But bringing this all into fruition, with Kev from North Carolina, with Liggins from North Carolina, and meeting Sonny and
OG.
and then I just thought maybe this platform would be the time to bring it out and just, man, listen, I want to really thank you. I want to thank Morrow as well, because this podcast is the podcast. This is the real one.
This is the real
This is
one.
the real one. Stephen A. Smith, yeah, we're here. And we're
Oh,
coming.
you calling it the
both sides of the
Oh
game.
shit. Okay, well shit, that talk is shit.
Calling them out.
I'm not
Yeah.
saying that.
We
Look,
coming,
you talk
man.
it.
Yeah,
you
you from
talk it.
Queens, and I'm from Queens, but I'm from South Jamaica. It's a
Oh,
difference. The real side, the only side.
Shout out to
And
South.
we in the Queen City.
Tip your hat to that. That's right. Tip your hat to that.
1,000% we're in the Queen City of
I'm gonna
Charlotte,
leave it
North
up to
Carolina.
Liggins to finish out and Morrow to close out. We're gonna throw the ball to Morrow to run the clock out.
No, I got you. Thanks, Coach. That was well said. I love you, man.
And I love you more.
Southside
Ligs.
Jamaica Queen. Shout out to y'all, all my homies. From
Ain't that
up
where
there.
LL from?
Yes, LL's from the.
That's
from,
what I'm
from
talking
the
about.
side.
50 Cent
From the
and all
side.
That's right. That's
50
right.
Cent, no question.
Tony Yayo. I rock with Tony Yayo. Hey,
yes.
and a lot of other homies. Rashawn, Rock on the show. Coach, I want to pivot. So we have this last part of the podcast, a segment that we've developed that's called Both Sides of the Business. So the podcast is both sides of the game, but both sides of the business. It's about what are you doing now, either with or outside of basketball, anything. Like, what is your life consist of? Because you're a legend. So I'll tell you before we finish off, you know, I'm older now. I'm 38 years old, so I watch y'all. And y'all the triple OGs. Now I'm the OG to the young guys.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I had to have a blueprint to get to the
Yeah.
point in my life. You feel me? So I give you your respect with that. So I give y'all respect with that. And I want to know what's it looking like now for you in terms of the game and in terms of any type of businesses or any kind of business you have going on now as a legend. Derek, you're not OG
again.
yet, man. You're almost there. I love you.
Shout out to
get you that. I swear to God.
D on the camera side. You got it, man.
So, again, like I said, I stand on legends' shoulders. I don't consider myself a legend. I just, consider myself somebody who loves the game and loves, working with youth and trying to change trajectory. Mm-hmm. So one of the things that we're doing now as an organization, I'm gonna blow your mind with this.
Want to hear it?
We just went, 2 years ago, we finally became a nonprofit.
Wow.
So we were grassroots for all that time. Big. Yeah. I mean, the Queen City showed me love. We, Coca-Cola, Hendrick Motorsports, those kind of people have always, Friendship Missionary Baptist. We stood on their shoulders and they helped us do things. One of the things that we started doing is getting international kids. We have a component that's part of our cultural component because ACES stands for Achievement, Culture, Education, sports. So we're working with, football players, volleyball, girls basketball. We're working with trying to help kids navigate their future through information. Mm-hmm. Because if we don't give information and education, then we're doomed to repeat the mistakes of those who came before us.
Absolutely.
So I'm working closely with a couple of people. Shout out to Ryan Schottner. He and I, we have NIL courses for parents and workshops, NIL and NCAA, understanding. We trying to invite people to come out and take advantage of this because a lot of folks don't know what's happening with, the portal.
Right.
They don't know what's happening with recruiting because NILs and all that. So we're trying to give them real-time information. One of the things that I'm telling parents now when they ask me, because, I don't claim to be a know-it-all, but what I do know is that if someone offers you a scholarship, you can't wait like you used to, like you had the opportunity, being the great player that you were, that you could kind of take your time and folks are like, okay, just let us know. Yeah. Well, now, we
got such and such tomorrow. Yeah. So what you gonna do now?
If they don't even tell you that. Now,
they don't even say that.
Because they be like, okay, it's like they hit you with that Jay-Z on to the next one, because somebody going to bring that money back.
That's real, Coach, because that happened with me because people don't know I had verbally committed to NC State.
Wittenberg.
And the next day I went to school, they was like, they rescinded your scholarship. I'm like, what'd I do? They was like, they got somebody else they want.
Right.
And by the end of that school day, Herb Sendek and them put it back on the table.
Right. But then I
was like,
you felt some kind of way.
Take them off the list.
Exactly.
I'm going on this Georgia Tech visit, and it worked like that. I said I ain't want to even go there. I just wanted to stay in North Carolina because my mama here.
Right.
I wanted to go to Chapel Hill. That's the only school I ever wanted to go to.
Right.
But they had JR coming in, and he went out of high school.
Right.
Shout out to JR. So that's what it is. Georgia Tech. They're like, Carolina, you can walk on. You know this. Mm-hmm. I said, walk on what? I ain't walking on shit. I'm going to Georgia Tech. I got to see y'all people. ACC.
Whoa.
I got to go. You know me since I was a kid. You know I wasn't doing it.
Right.
But I'm listening. I'm good.
So, we're doing things now business-wise so that we can actually help. Because I don't believe in coaching for money. I was talking to your cousin Roy today, and it blew his mind that when we were doing the summer league for all those years, he said, so you guys didn't do it for business? I said, no, we just bought the uniforms and all that because I was young. Mm-hmm. I wasn't trying to use it to make basketball. People always ask, how come I never coached high school? Because I didn't want to take my fun out of it because it became work.
That's right.
And folks were saying like, well, what about college? Because, I've had friends that get head coaching jobs. I was like, Lig, come and coach with me, man. I wasn't interested in that because I never wanted a 17-year-old who couldn't make good decisions or parents who thought their kid was a pro to determine whether or not I can buy a house like this or I was going to be living in a tent
Yeah.
The side of the road. So, all the years that I've been doing this going on, we had a, 25th anniversary, 6-7 years ago. I recognize people that, helped me, Will Robinson, Mike Talbot, CJ, Stephanie Atkins, Jeremy's mom, folks who, believed in me and, went to the grind, went to the mat with me. So, those are folks that I recognize in our wall of honor. Jeremy and Ray, they were inducted. We get ready to do an induction, this year for some more people because, we have some great ones. We got Brandis Rayleigh Ross. We got Chris Oliver. And he was at Radford. They retired his jersey.
Corey played for you. Corey Rayleigh Ross too.
Corey Rayleigh Ross played for me. Jeremy, his jersey was retired at Mount St. Mary's up
Jay Good.
So he keeps me informed with like if someone passed or they sick. Good calling. He let me know what's going on. Much love to my little homie because. He did a lot with his, his small stature. But
I see Jeremy mom all the time. Yeah, it's real. Yeah,
he raised hell.
Good.
Jay Good. Yeah. Shout out to
definitely
Mama Good. Mama Good.
Get to the rim. He get to the rim, man. Anytime he wanted to. Jeremy Good.
Just played hard defense. We picked up. I pride myself on a lot of things, but I look at people that played for me that didn't necessarily become superstars of the court. But Anthony McClenny at played advanced. He is one of the top pediatricians in the world, and at least in the U.S. But Jeremy Thompson that played at Charlotte Christian went to the NFL, and he had a neck injury, and guess what? He couldn't play football no more. So what did he do? He went back and became a spine and neck specialist, and one of the tops in his field.
Both sides of the game business.
Yeah. So when we look at trying to infiltrate systems, we look at arming ourselves with education because the weapons that they're using are weapons of mass destruction. It's mistrust, it's drugs, it's deceit. Our business now is to inform people in real time. When y'all talk to CJ, he might tell you about that infamous letter. I won't talk about it because I'll let him tell you about it. But I wrote a letter to the government the other day. So, and he'll tell you about that letter. We have to learn how to articulately speak truth to fire.
You next.
Yeah.
Coach CJ, we did it.
We on your heels.
Going to Mallet Creek. We going to do it.
So, how CJ is when he said, man, he said, you wrote a letter to who? And you said, what? And I took it up to the frat house and showed it to him. He said, wow. I see you got that deep voice.
That's it.
Wow.
That sounds just like
he
him.
said, you mailed this? And again, because, I'm a young cat, but I'm still the same way. You speak truth to power.
That's right.
My motto is stop me when I'm lying.
Whoa.
Stop me when I'm lying.
I like
because,
that.
I won't sit there and not speak truth.
Facts.
Like I said, everything that I said tonight and everything I say, anytime I say it, you can fact check me. And I'm
Both
not
sides
Agent
of the
Orange.
Game podcast.
I'm not orange.
Charlotte, North Carolina. It's
I got
on.
melanin in my skin, but it ain't no orange. So,
Facts.
basically, I speak truth to power because, we have to stand in the gap for those who can't stand for themselves.
Wow.
And
That's
being
right.
for West Boulevard, like you working now with a food desert. So we're trying to inform our players, get that education, and you reach back and you help. I talked to EJ, the other day. He has that junk.
You got the junk, yeah. I talked to Seaside. EJ, yeah.
George Leach, who played my program, he got that barbecue, that ooh wee.
With the Olympic back in the day with my cousins.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to him. We got guys now that are grown and they got kids, but they're businessmen. Anton Hubert, you spoke with him. He has his insurance company down in Atlanta.
Yep.
Wow. Those are the things that we want to do because that's more powerful when you look at life after basketball.
Yes.
So those are the things that really, really make a difference. So when we have forums and things of this nature, a platform where you can kind of, speak truth, but also say, hey, it's not about me. It's never been about me. And the reason why, like I said, that folks don't know who I am is because they don't know who to hate. Damn. If you never know it, I'm at a game. I told you I was going to bring this up. This is a true story. I'm at a high school game, and my cousin is with me. He was my little roadie. And, we sitting at the game, And then the guys come sit down in front of me. You know, they were white guys, and they were like, "Yeah, I want the kid. You know, can we get that kid there?" And the guy's like, "Nah, I don't know. He plays with Kevin Ligon." He said, "Kevin Ligon?" He said, "Oh yeah, the guy went to UNCC. He played ball, right? 6'9" white kid." And my cousin getting ready to tap him on the shoulder. I grab his hand, like, "Nah."
Just see what they talking
So you know, I'm sitting there and I'm just chilling. So so after the game, they go down and you know they don't talk to the kid, and then you know my cousin says, "You gonna talk to the kid?" I said, "Nah, I'll call him later." He, you know, I gave him a heads up. He know I was here. He said, so we get in the car. He said, "Scoop, how come you didn't let them know who you were?" I said, "Because the lack of information will make them fail miserably, because if they don't know who I am, then they don't know who to attack."
Oh my God, Coach!
Never heard this.
Crazy.
Listen, we got to both. We may have to end on
Hold
that.
on now.
Hold on. That's
No, wait.
I
hold-
gotta take the hat off
Coach,
on that one.
listen.
Take it over. I can't.
Coach,
that's some serious.
Listen,
That's some serious.
I need you to repeat what you just said
please.
for the people.
The lack of information will make them fail miserably. If they don't know who I am, then they don't know who to hate.
Wow. They don't know who to attack.
And
They don't know who to attack.
Coach, that's crazy.
Yeah. I got it.
Hey, we might have to end on that. Coach going crazy.
Yo,
Hey, I'm a go ahead, Coach. What you got?
I'm just saying this.
Damn,
I want to thank.
that was heavy.
I want to
Pause.
thank you again. I know I said it, and I also want to thank this Queen City of Charlotte for supporting me.
Much love, man.
Always. You know that.
And like I said, I'm from South Jamaica, Queens, but my home is the Queen City.
That's what's up.
Believe that.
Sure. Welcome.
And
We love you.
I want you to just touch on that statement because it's still in the back of my head. He's saying, we got to end on that. And
Coach said the lack of information for them. What you said?
Lack of information
Yeah.
for them will make them fail miserably. If they don't know who I am, they don't know who to attack.
and we got to end on that.
That's gonna be my next caption on my picture.
Yes.
I love you, Coach.
Love
Hey,
you
we're
too,
gonna
bro.
close out.
Always.
I'm gonna let you know, real talk.
Until next time.
Definitely.
Remember, we told you we got a lot to talk about.
We got more to talk about. Hey, until next time.
Yes.
Both Sides of the Game podcast. Special guest, my brother,
Kevin
my
Ligon.
big brother, my aunt, Kevin Ligon. Been super influential in my life. My co-host, Uncle Harold Johnson, Southside Jamaica, Queens.
Yeah.
We're gonna see y'all next time. All love.
Queen City's behind me. Just know that.